Welcome back, Kiwi Yoinkers and all other folk, to another video here. How to effectively use the Black Prince. In this first video we have Zahir Amin, and he's going to do some good things in this tank. Very, very good things. Now, with this tank, and a lot of the other British heavies of this line, they are not the quickest tanks, but their guns have an amazing reload. So in tier 7 matches like this, in the Black Prince, you can be a bully. Your armor at tier 7 and tier 6 is very, very good. It is very, very good. Now, of course, it does have that weak lower plate, and it does have the hatches on top that people can hit. And if they get side on or behind your tank, they can do a lot of damage. But the turret rotation on this is not too bad. Its reload is very quick. Its penetration is above average for tier 7 out of the heavies. With a small gun like this, it's a decent penetration. If you can't go through with AP rounds, your premium ammo will do the trick, no problem, on pretty much every tank. It's at tier 8 where this tank struggles. Both these videos that you'll see today are at tier 7 and tier 6, and you'll be able to see just how this tank is played. And you need to do the same sort of stuff that you see in these videos up against tier 8 as well. And you're going to see in here basically just start getting track shots, and just watch the angle that he puts this tank on. He does not angle it perfectly every time, but there you go, pointing that front track wheel at your enemy as if that was the front of your tank. And he's just bounced two very nice shots there, one from the KV-1S and one from the KV-2. And both those guns, the penetration on them, it's not lacking. If those guys had aimed, they could have put shells through this tank. But the thing is, the armor profile on this, if you can keep it moving and just keep your opponents tracked, this tank will do awesome things. And because of the reload on this gun, if you aim for the tracks, you will be able to perma-track targets out in the open, and your team will be able to take them out. Now, if you want to bully a tank, you can. You can bully tanks, just like this here. And all he's doing is rocking back and forwards on that angle, just making that track wheel hard to hit, making that plate shift so as they have to aim. And if they don't aim properly, they're gonna bounce. They are going to bounce. Now there you go, it wasn't angled enough, and they managed to put it through the faceplate of the Black Prince there. But that's 4 kills so far for him in here, and he's going to pick up the 5th. He is going to pick up the 5th. Unluckily gets shot below, but you can see just how accurate this tank's gun is, how quick the reload is. People don't really tend to take too much note of a reload time of a tank, so if you can use that to your advantage, and in this tank, it will do you very, very well. Now, again, there's another track shot. I'm pretty sure Amin's not actually aiming for the track shots, but just because of his placement of shots, he's getting all the track shots, and that is what you need to do in this tank. You need to aim for those tracks. The next video that we have up after this one will show a bit more about how to maneuver the tank properly, and him in there gets his 7th kill. Nice of Rosini's medal, 3,547 damage with 1,200 blocked. So the main reason I showed that video was just to stress the importance of aiming for track shots. If you're up against tier 7s and 6s, be aggressive. If you're up against tier 8s, be a little bit more conservative, stick with your heavies, and just support them. Do not be the front line at tier 8. Be a support role tank. And with that, we will jump right into our second match here. Zerovonius is driving the Black Prince here on Winter Malinovka. And this is just absolutely astounding gameplay, and every single thing that Zerovonius here does is exactly how you play this tank. I cannot actually find very many faults in this game at all. He does a very, very good job, and you're going to see exactly how you should be using the armor profile of this tank in this match. Zerovonius basically wins it for his team. His Annihilator there that's pushing up ahead of him is he's just going to get whopped out of existence. And I mean, right there, the Icebreaker almost lost over half, just under half of his hit points in one shot, crossing over from the, I assume, from the SU-100Y. But just going for the sneaky sort of side shots where you can. Unfortunately, that shot missed for Zerovonius, but he is going to push up here. I mean, the enemy have gone very aggressively up to this top point, so he needs to get in there and he needs to start doing some damage and helping his teammates out. Now, there is a tank destroyer there. There are the two heavies. Wow, and the second tank destroyer as well. You've got the SU-100Y. Both of them were over here. So just look at this gameplay here. Like he's using this dip, just the slight sort of lower area, just so that T-29 and the Tiger have to push out of cover to be able to hit him. Now, notice he does have two different tanks at two different angles, and he is angling against both of them. As he gets shot by one, he then focuses on the next one, turns his tank to it, keeping that front track wheel aimed at the enemy tanks, just like that, and gets bounces. He gets bounces. He gets a lot of bounces. He's already blocked over just over 1,000 damage here. Now, unfortunately, the T-29 does manage to put a nice shot there into him, but he had to pull very, very close to be able to get that shot off. And Zerovonius is getting some highly unlucky bounces on this Tiger Kuromori mine. But there he goes. The Tiger Kuromori mine is gone. The T-29 no longer wants to know him, and he's going to try and get himself out of there. Now, that was all pretty basic and standard gameplay. Keep your turret face towards the enemy, keep that front track wheel face towards the enemy, wiggle and rock your tank when they're going to be firing at you. Wiggle and rock, it's not that hard. Now, I do love what he does here. He knows that the enemy's coming from behind him, he moves, he gets him behind the cover of these two tanks here, gets himself into a side-scraping position. They can no longer hit his lower hull. They've got to aim at his commander's hatch, and you can see he's just doing this very, very tiny little wiggle. It's nothing big, it's nothing major, but it is exactly what you need to do in this tank. And I mean, right now he's sitting at 1,700 blocked damage. It is a 1 versus 3. That P-43 is full hit points. This T-29 is a one shot, and there he goes. And that T-25-2 is 2 shot. Now, the T-25-2 is playing smart. He is waiting for his P-43. Well, he was waiting for his P-43 to catch up. A bit silly of him to push in there. It just sort of allows Zerovonius to get some shots into him. Now, with the reload on this tank being as quick as it is, you'll notice he does not have to focus the lowest target. He's just going to rip HP off of everything he possibly can. It gets an unfortunate miss there, but does the right thing. He pushes forward, goes after the T-25. Here he hits his speed boost, just so as that P-43 cannot get around him. And look at this angle, look at the angle that he puts on for this thing. And the P-43 can just not hurt him. And that's what you want to be doing in this tank, especially at tier 6 and 7. You can be a bully in this tank. You can rock it, you can wiggle it, and so long as you keep that front track wheel aimed at your enemy, you will bounce a lot of shells. 4,976 damage, 4 kills, ace mastery, steel wall. Great match, great match. And basically carried his whole team. And with that is how you play the Black Prince effectively. Perfect match just to show you how it's done. Until next time, guys, stay safe, use cover. Cheers.